Hello, today I'm going to be flipping through and showing you 31 finished art pages from 365 Days of Art by Lorna Scobie. So let's get right into it. We're going to be going from page 183 to 213. Okay, 183 was create an image using the grid, an abstract scene, a shape. So this was based on something someone in the family made me for my birthday. It's a pixel cat with a heart, and I really liked it, so I wanted to put it in this book, soon as this page was squares. So I did that, really happy with it. Just felt tip pens, and I went over with some colouring pencils just to try and smooth out the lines. 184, so this was one of my favourite prompts in the last 31 days, and as we'll go through I'll show each prompt and the materials that I used. I'll also pick out favourites like this one. So this was my first time really using PRISMACOLOR pencils, so I'll just show you them. 184 was draw some of the items you have in your store cupboard. So I just picked out a few jars of things, so some Nutella, some lemon and lime marmalade and Vegemite. Just really practicing seeing how these pencils blended together. I was quite impressed with them actually, how vibrant they came out. I also used a soft tip brush pen as well, just to do some outlines. This one, I always use this pen. That's actually supposed to be some toast with some spread on. It looks like a piece of meat, I think. 185 was draw your breakfast using blocks of colour. So I recorded this prompt as part of one of my mystery supplies videos, and I'll link it in the description in the corner as well if you wanted to watch it from start to finish. These are the acrylic markers that came with it. It was a full set, so I was quite impressed actually. Not usually the design that I would go for. It's sort of a cartoony, pop-arty breakfast. So we've got the toast, bacon, beans, egg, tomato and sausages. 186, create a page of cats. So we had a couple here already. I used a mixture of the colour pencils on this one. So as well as the Prismacolors, I also used the FABER GOLDFABER pencils, just to give me a few more different cat shades. 187, explore different materials to discover what you enjoy using. Today, try a brush pen to create different marks. You can use the brush at different angles and apply different pressures to vary the effects. I used one of these pens. This brush pen. Just practicing different shapes, just practicing using the pen, really. Okay, 188. Write down a positive phrase or mantra. So I chose believe you can and you're halfway there. That was using the same PIGMA MICRON brush pen. And what else did I use on this one? Just these fine liners to colour in. 189, draw the weather today. So it was raining, but I didn't really want to just draw normal rain. On the window, you get the rain sort of dripping down. So I wanted to draw that instead. And I did have some of this Dale Rowney System 3 fluid acrylic left over, and just let it drip down the page to try and create what you see on the window there. 190, just colour in. Unfortunately, we've lost a little bit of the colour that I put down because of what I've done on the next page. But yeah, use the Prismacolors again for this. So you can see how bright they are compared to the other pencils. It goes down and covers the page quite well. 191, who inspires you at the moment and why? I've got a few art books, and one I've been looking through recently is one by Andy Warhol. A little bit pop arty, which I suppose influenced a little bit of the work that I've done earlier on. And I just copied one of the paintings that he did and used some POSCA pens, the pastels, and use Prismacolors as well for the background. 192 is colour in the circles to create a rainbow gradient going down the page. For the top row with dark blue, the next row with turquoise, and so on. Try to use different materials like paint, paper from magazines and coloured paper. So what did I use on this? I used a bit of everything, I think. So we do have the STAEDTLER FINELINERS, the colours going all the way down there. That will be POSCA pens. That's a sparkling POSCA pen, that green. This is actually NEOCOLOR. that I haven't put the water on. CARAN NEOCOLOR 2s to just the pastel. This is PRISMACOLOR. This is the oil pastels. I've shown these in quite a few videos, the same suppliers, but they're sort of my go-tos at the moment. These ARTECHO oil pastels. I love using these at the moment just because they're bright and beautiful. Yeah, so just colour paper there. 193. Fill a page with things that are the colour green. I quite enjoyed doing this page. Some of the artwork I'm not happy with, like the traffic light. But I do like the lime, I do like the frog and the apple. This is PRISMACOLOR mainly. And yeah, the white pen, I haven't shown that to you yet, that I use just to go over the majority of things. It will either be a POSCA white pen, a paint pen, or it'll just be this gel pen, this Pilot Choose one. 194, remember a time when somebody made a positive remark about your creativity and write it down here. I had a look at some of the comments I received on the videos that I've done this year, and there've been so many lovely comments from everyone about my art. Thanks so much for that. Here are a few that I've picked out and wanted to put in the prompt. So they're so pretty, it's beautiful and creative. That's a fantastic piece. I love your work. I just wanted to put as many down as I could on this prompt. If you're new here, my challenge for this year was to work my way through this art prompt book. I've completed 213 pages so far. I'll link the playlist in the description. I said in my last flip through video, which was about 6 weeks ago now I think, that I'm a little bit behind on this book. And I don't think, in all honesty, I'm going to be able to complete it in 2024. But I will continue to do these in 2025 until the book is finished. I think for me anyway, having a time limit didn't really work. So if I get distracted from doing this book, it can take me a while to get me back into it. I don't know if anyone else is the same. Anyway, if you are enjoying watching me complete this book, please subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos, and I'll keep uploading them until I've finished it because I do want to finish this. So thank you very much again for all of the lovely comments everyone's left me. 195, what were you proud of this week? Pretty much what I've just explained. Sometimes you get distracted or it takes a while to get back into it. So that particular week I was happy that I managed to do a number of prompts. So I've just basically drawn the book with me doing the prompts. 196, this is one of my favourites as well this time. Blending the Prismacolours a little bit more on this one. So yeah, Paddington Bear, really like how his jacket came out. I think that's probably my favourite part of it. I just need to work a little bit on like the fur. I tried to get in those different colours to give a bit of depth. I'm actually really happy with how this one turned out, particularly the coat. 197. So fill this quarter of the page with coloured dots, just Prismacolours. I like the colour selection there though. It reminds me of sprinkles that you put on cakes. 198. Use the page opposite to create your own repeating patterns using simple drawings of objects or shapes. So I really wanted to do just a simple pattern, not make it too complicated. So I went for some trees, used a couple of greens there and just outlined and added just a snowflake in between. 199. Colour in the pebbles. Tried to experiment with shading and texture. Again, me just practicing with those Prismacolours. 200. Experiment with different materials to discover what you enjoy using. Today, try watercolour paints to create different marks. You could try varying the brush size, angle of the brush, and how much water you use. I keep using these ones, probably because I just like how bright they are. Yeah, just this Scrawler Box Viva Colours watercolour set. And it's quite small and easy to just pick up and carry around with you. You don't need a lot of the watercolour to get the bright finish. So yeah, I was just practicing with dry brush, with a little bit of water, seeing things fade out. It's just an experimental page really, isn't it? Okay, 201. I actually quite enjoyed this one. It's something a little bit different. This is choose 6 or 7 pencils in a range of colours, look around you and draw the objects that you see as a line drawing using a different colour for each object. Only draw the outlines rather than add in shaded areas. Explore layering your drawings over each other and you will create a beautiful, energetic interpretation of what you see around you, and don't worry about accuracy. I've got a few things in here. I've got me bottle of pop, Hoover, a pen, cardigan, a lamp, a sideboard and an air freshener. I was just trying to match the colours to what they were in the room. You see something different when you look more into the picture. I think that's what I like about it. I mean, first of all, I think I see the Hoover, and then look further in, I think the lampshade is probably the last thing I saw. Something I'm definitely going to try again. 202, we've had a number of these pages in this book, so it is just to explore colours that look good together, fill in the boxes with colours that you think work well as a set. I like this selection. 203. So I recorded this in another video I did. I think it's called 2.5 hours completing pages. So if you wanted to see it, I will link it in the description as well. If you wanted to see how I came about creating this, mainly it's the NEOCOLOR 2s. I might start using these a bit more, maybe just do a video. Let me know if that's something you want to see. Maybe come up with some prompts. I'll have a think. I put some of the colour pencils on top just to define the silhouette. 204, I'm actually really proud of this one. I know it doesn't look like a real person and it's not that accurate, but I don't like drawing faces. So 204 was challenge yourself today, draw something you struggle with, tackle it by simplifying it. Perhaps focus on the block shapes and key features rather than an outline. It mainly is like trying to get the shading in the side of the face, the contours of the face. And then I really like the hair, how that turned out. This is just Prismacolors as well. Again, I think I like the lips. The eyes I could work on more. Yeah, I'll try again someday, but I am really proud of it because I don't like doing faces. I always shy away from doing them. 205. This was another one I recorded as part of my mystery art supplies video, and it was add plants to the pots. So we had some pots underneath here that are already drawn out. I just copied them. It was with a scrawler box. We had these COPIC alcohol markers. I only had those 3 colours. If you want to see that, how that all came about and how I got to this, I'll link that one too. 206 is quite an easy one. Fill the section with smiley faces, just POSCA pens and a fine liner. I wanted to do just loads of different coloured ones. 207, draw an object using colour pencils or pastels using this colour background as a mid-tone. Use light colours to draw the highlights and darker colours to draw the shadows. I'm not really happy with how this one turned out. I've got some little heart hanging ornament, so I tried to copy those, but it's not really worked. I might get another prompt similar to this later on in the book, which I'll try with again. It's always worth giving things a try though. 208, draw something you saw or heard today which inspired you and sparked an idea. So if we go to 209, it was to colour in this pattern that was already here, flower pattern. This is all Prismacolors. I finished this one before I did this, and I actually thought I want to just carry it on. So is it sort of following the prompt? I saw this today. It inspired me to do this. So maybe I just drew out how I saw the pattern would go and just changed the colour. I quite like how that turned out. 210. Yeah, this was recorded in doing some art prompts in 2.5 hours. So I designed the pattern on the lampshade, just using POSCA pens, a really simple pattern with outlines. 211, calligraphy practice. For the top part, I used that Tombow soft tip brush pen, and then this bit I used the PIGMA MICRON brush. I'm not really getting on with this calligraphy. It's not turning out like that. It's just going to be practice and probably a steadier hand and not rushing it. 212, continue the trompe-l'oeil drawing to create an optical illusion. Use a brush pen and vary the widths of the lines to trick your eye into seeing a 3D form. I did both of these were part of the 2.5 hours doing art prompts. So I did say on that video that I've probably messed this up a little bit. I can't really see 3D form, but let me know if you can. And then 213, experiment with the resist technique. First draw a pattern with pastels, which are oil-based, and paint over the top with watercolour. As oil and water don't mix, the oil pastel will repel the watercolour. So just those oil pastels I showed you earlier on, and the same watercolour paints. So I plan to get part 9 up around the new year, and I'll be uploading some more mystery art supplies videos and let you know my plans as well for the channel for the next year around Christmas time. So let me know if you have this book, if you've tried to complete it in 365 days, let me know how you got on. And if you like this video, please let me know as well. As always, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you all in the next one.